Really, all the Avs did in this hockey game was do what they were supposed to do. So why is it so fun? Avs win over the Chicago Blackhawks 4-0. This game felt close for about 10 minutes, and then the Avs turned it up, got way ahead, and cruised to victory, and that's about all there was to it. That is not to discredit Georgiev, who pitched a shutout in this game. He kept them in it early with some huge saves and made some important ones later on in the game to convert that shutout too. He continues to play great hockey and deserves a ton of credit for pitching that shutout, but the Avs probably didn't need it tonight. They just got it because, well, Georgiev's good and Chicago is bad. So after the first 10 or so minutes of the game, the Avs bust out their secret weapon, taking a penalty. Yes, not only does the Avs PK remain perfect during this game, it gets even better when it comes to net. Chicago with a pretty standard zone entry here. They're overloading the far side with 3 guys in deep, trying to put pressure onto Josh Manson here. But as they enter the zone, it falls apart pretty quickly. And this is a very, very good job by everyone involved. First of all, Manson fronting his man, Girard taking the man going down the middle, Cogliano doing a good job of back-checking and taking away the third man on that overloaded side. So as the pressure comes on to Donato here, Manson is going to slip through and step in front of Hall and try to take away anything deeper into the zone. And Donato doesn't really have his head up, isn't really able to find anything here. So as he feels Manson closing the gap on him, he's just going to try and drop this puck back. But no one is really there initially, and he just loses the battle. So Manson takes this puck away, and it's already too late for Connor Bedard here. He's trying to step up into a play that he thinks he's going to get a puck dropped to him. Now he's behind a play going the opposite direction against him. This is great work out of the zone from Colorado too. Manson across, Cogliano just a little tap up to Logan O'Connor, and he is absolutely gone and beats Mrazek high glove. Do you want a fun stat? There are 9 teams currently in the NHL that have 1 goal or less on their power play. The Avs have 2 goals on their penalty kill. Both of them do come from Logan O'Connor, who has been a monster for the Avs on that PK. The whole PK unit obviously has been great, but LOC leading that charge. He leads what that Avs PK embodies. Charging you down, forcing you to make the better play, and if you make a mistake, they will punish you. In fact, the Avs penalty kill actually had more goals than its power play did, for about 7 minutes. Avs turn on the power play. Chicago's PK just honestly wasn't very good. They were extremely ineffective at stopping anything through the middle for Colorado. Colorado was working it through there all sorts of different places tonight. This one comes from McKinnon across to Rantanen, and Rantanen quick one-touching it to the middle. That's not a shot. That's clearly a pass to Lehkonen looking for the touch-in. The initial reaction is great by Mrazek. Maybe like he doesn't get a great job of getting it on it, nor on the second opportunity, but the Avs are in the right areas. Only one Chicago defender. That is 2 Avs in deep. Ryjo, the man right on top of the puck. He continues to whack at it. He misses it there a little bit, but the puck comes out loose again, and he's the one to find it, flicks it towards the net. That doesn't even go in. Hard to see from this angle, but this is floating in mid-air here behind the defender, and Ryjo's able to get his stick on this puck and whack it in to convert. I think maybe one of the biggest separators between good and bad teams is special teams. Ryjo on the board with his first as an Av. If he wants to score every goal he ever scores for Colorado right in that net front area, things are going to work out well. And honestly, that was kind of just it. A period in which the Avs at one point were trailing in shots 8-3, finishes 22-8 in the Avs' favor. Even by the midpoint of the second period, Chicago just looked done with this game. The only reason it was still a game at all is because the Avs had scored a goal, but it was deemed offside. Top to bottom, the Avs didn't have a single player with negative possession metrics in this game. And even the parts of Chicago's lineup that are supposed to be exciting, Connor Bedard, Taylor Hall, Seth Jones, looked ineffective at best. The Avs were happy to take advantage of a struggling Chicago team, do some more tinkering with those forward cores, and then you get rewarded with a second-ish line that pretty much does this game in. Avs lose a puck deep in Chicago's zone here, and they get out to reset and break out here. But after being held down deep for a little bit by Korchinski, Colton gets back into this play and challenges the setup. And he doesn't do a ton here, but he gets just enough of a stick to make this pass fumble a bit, and Colorado is on top of you. when this happens. Their forecheck is just so good. They force so many turnovers by doing this. Look at how aggressive they are. That was Devon Taves, just floating at the top of the zone, pressuring, getting a stick on it. This is Val Nichushkin here, who's able to get it in deep. Already, this is a good play, but it gets even better. This one, a little bit of a lucky bounce going the Avs' way. Tatar kind of fumbles a pass here. Don't think he intended to do that, but it works as an unbelievably good drop for Val Nichushkin, who gets given a beautiful lane here. But Nichushkin can see the ice quite well. He knows that Chicago has to respect this lane that he has, and all of Chicago commits to him. All 5 skaters committed to Val, and obviously Mrazek watching him like a hawk. So with all of those skaters committed, look at this lane to Devon Taves on the back door right here. That one is pretty easy for Devon. I know I talked about him the other game, but Val Nichushkin continues to be a key piece to this Avalanche top 6. He is the absolute engine to that Avs second line. He's figured out that that's what his role has been for the start of this season, and he's blossomed into it. Obviously, McKinnon, Rant, and Makar, we talk about those guys all the time, but it is worth talking about these other guys on the second line too. Oftentimes last year it felt like we were talking about them not doing enough. So far this year, Val Nichushkin is making sure the Avs have that additional production. And obviously the PK goals and all that are great too, but I'm talking more about 5-on-5 here. So this game is toasted at this point. It's 3-0 after the second period. Chicago only even musters 3 shots on goal in the third. I think they were done. Everyone was ready to be finished with this game. And while it didn't have a ton of impact on the game, the Avs do get a goal from their top guys. Honestly, a significant portion of this game looked like it was a power play for the Avs when play was at 5-on-5. The Avs just throwing pucks towards the net, winning every puck battle. Nothing was particularly close. As they work it around the outside here, you're going to see Taves just throw a puck towards the net. It takes some bounces in there. First, great job of Tatar being in a good position, but even better job by finding this puck, settling it down, controlling it, recognizing he has McKinnon coming in, and feeding McKinnon for the goal. Obviously, it's a great finish from McKinnon, but you do have to take a look at Tomas Tatar here. He does jump up to that top line. He makes a nice play to get the Avs a goal. Maybe you just stick with him there. Drouin has had a little bit of trouble finding his spot in this lineup through the first 4 games. The one nice play he had tonight got taken off the board with that challenge. But that kind of makes this a 2-factor win for Colorado. If Tatar is working well with McKinnon and Rantanen, you can throw him up there. And it sure seemed like Drouin had a little bit of chemistry with Miles Wood there, even if that goal did come back. But really, Colorado made this one look easy. They win 4-0. They outshoot Chicago 41-8. Their special teams were excellent on both sides. It's really tough to find a player that had a truly bad game out there. 9 of your 12 forwards ended up with a point. I guess the closest thing you could say to a tough game was from Bowen Byram, who took 2 penalties. He really needs to stop putting himself in the box. But even he played fine hockey. The Avs are spreading the minutes around heartily, and they're making their own lives quite easy. It's just good, fun, and quality stuff. Not every night is going to be like this. We've already seen it through the first 4 games of the season. But good teams should be able to give themselves games like this somewhat regularly, like 1 out of 4 games. And honestly, this game could have been even more of a blowout. The Avs did hit 2 posts, so bad post counter up to 4. Eventually, Colorado will lose a game and will stop having a perfect penalty kill. But for right now, it's super fun. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Head on over to thednvr.com for all of our coverage. I am Rudo, and the one thing we have avoided so far is an Avalanche hat trick. I'm okay with that. I don't need water on my head.